Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Home Repair with Augie. I'm Augie, and today we're going to remove this ironing board cabinet, and we're going to fill it in. There it is. It's a cabinet stuck in the wall here. We're going to fill it in with sheetrock, and has electricity run to it, and we're going to, maybe, this is the back side, out in the garage. So there it is. If I can get that in the shot, there it is. So we'll take this, I'll set this up so you can watch me take this off. I'll probably start here with the trim on this. And then there's also electrical run to this, so to plug in the iron when you're ironing, of course. So I'm going to remove that and maybe put an outlet here. I'm waiting for the homeowner, before I get that far along, to see if we want to put an outlet here or a sconce or something like that out here in the garage. Okay, so I'm out in the garage here and I'll try to get you set up. I'm going to take that frame off from around that right there, around that wooden box that's in the wall. And we'll kind of see what we're going from there. Start with that. So we get going here. You can drive your pry bar in behind it. Instead of prying this way on it, you pry down on it. That way you won't disturb the sheetrock. We'll put it against the sheetrock. Don't make more holes than we already have. Now this has got nails in it. You don't want to step on that, so make sure you put it somewhere, bend it over, put it somewhere where no one's going to step on it. When you get a chance, I'll bend those nails over. Probably just put it in the trash before I step on it myself. In other words, just put it well out of the way. You don't want to cause a lot of injury on a job. These are just applied with a finish nail. It's like about a 2-inch finish nail on there. And they're not coated or anything, so they come out pretty easily. A 3-inch or 16 penny nail that's used for framing has a little wax coating on it. And when you drive that nail in, it has a wax on it that creates heat when you drive it in, and that's what the nail holds so well. Not as well as a screw, but it does help a lot. Okay, let's see what I got here now. Okay, I think I can go on the inside now and take the screws out on the inside that hold that in place. Okay, so inside here now, put some light on, we can see these are held in on the inside of this cabinet with Phillips head screws. There's one there, there's one up above, there's probably, one down there, 3 on each side, and nothing at the top. But you can also see here, we got that outlet, and there's a wire that comes in here. You can see it from back here, there it is. Bad lighting in a closet. So, when it's turned on, don't put your finger in something like that. You know, you'll want to, but don't do it that way. Because it's probably hot right now. I don't know where the light switch is for, but it could be hot. I don't know. I'm not going to go that far. I have to find out. All right, but before I do that, I should probably, let's put the bulb in here. See how to turn this on. See, it must be this thing. Yeah, that's just this thing here. Okay. So you don't leave your, probably a safety feature there, so you don't leave your iron on. It goes off after a few minutes with that knob right there, little timer right there. So what I need to do now is find where the shutoff is for this. I don't think, no, it's not attached to that. So I'll have to go out to the breaker box and see what we got here. All right, so I took out 4 screws already. I've got two at the top to take out here. I'll see if I can do this and still get you in the shot here. Also took out this. This was mounted from the back side, had 4 screws in it. Took that out. This had wire nuts up here that held it on the wires. That's what these things are, you know. We discussed that. And then the wire's still hanging down up there, but the power's off. Yeah, dead. So, that I believe is the last screw holding this in. Hope you could see all that. So anyway, now we got it out of the wall. Wires hanging down up there. And I will take this outside. It's a nice little unit. Okay, so I've got the cabinet out, which leaves a hole here, obviously. We want to fill that in with sheetrock. And on the other side, we have that wire hanging down. Here, just right outside the door here in the garage. What we'll do is we'll put a outlet box there, a little gray box, which I'll nail to the 2x4 and set right in here. In the meantime, I need to put a 2x4 here from the bottom there, right here, up to there. And then I'll need to get a 3/4 inch piece to put up against that 2x4 to bring this out so I can put the sheetrock up against this. And this looks like 3/8 sheetrock here. And that's a half in there. Well, it just keeps getting more and more complicated here. Okay, so I'll get a measurement from there down to the bottom on each side. And I'll get that cut. I'll show you that. Okay, I've determined that the length of 2x4 that I need is going to be 46 3/8. I used the inside measurement. You put this inside the space you want to get measured from the top. Say from the top here, and then you stick this in the corner. You take the measurement you see right here, the base of your measurement. And then most of them say, this one says right here, add 3/4 inches. So I was at 43 1/8. That means 44, 45, 46 1/8, and 1/4 is 46 3/8. So we get 46 3/8 out of both ends of this. Should that be like right on? Exactly, but you want it close. You can wedge it in there. Wedge it in there good with a hammer, you know, it makes it a little bit stronger. Easier to stay in place. So you make your mark, go across it like that, so you can see it out easily. Take your saw, electric saw here, and usually I have a mark on it. You can look at this, or you can look at the blade if you do that. I do both ways. Be careful and be sure you wear safety, safety glasses. All right, so I'm ready now to put that in the opening. So, got this cut to length. I'll stick this in here. Want to line that up so the outside of the board here is even with the sheetrock on the inside. And I'm going to use 16 penny nails. It's a nice big, it's about I think they're 3 1/4 inches. They got the wax on there. When you drive them in, they hold really well. If you don't have one, you get a framing hammer. So you can see the waffle on there. Makes a big difference on grabbing and hitting. It doesn't, you don't miss as often with that. So, and then we're going to leave enough room there for that wire I put the wire nuts on there to keep them safe, even though the power's back on now. I don't want to get shocked. So, really hard to do. So what I did there was I took it back out and started the nails on the floor, laying down, so I could get them all the way through, so I didn't have to try to keep that in place while I was hammering. I will then do the next side the same way. Okay, so I got the 2x4 on each side now. I'll take a measurement and get the sheetrock cut to go on the inside here. What I'll have to do here is get another piece of filler, probably a 1x2, which will be about 3/4, which is about what we need here. So if I have to go down any further than that, I have an electric planer. I can make it smaller, not as wide. Because I want this to be flush out here with the new sheetrock I put in the opening in the garage on this side. So determine that the size of the opening in the house is 14 and a half at the bottom, 14 and a half in the middle, and 14 5/8 at the top. So I'm just going to make it 14 and a half. This comes in handy, big T-square. We're doing this kind of thing. Now you can put it on here and cut along it, which I'm going to do. You just use this as a straight edge to make my line here, and then you can, this breaks off real easily. You can cut from the back side, make your width, for a width cut. Or you can put a line on there and then try to follow the line. That's a little bit harder to do. So, just have to score this. Make sure you keep your fingers tipped out of the way when you do this. You know, don't be going along here and get blood over the sheetrock. Okay, so make a score mark like that. Put this over here. Generally I do this with it standing up, but kind of limited on space here. So, now what you want to do, get your knife ready. Just kind of make your pop like that and it breaks. You take your knife, you can do it from the back side also. And cut that. Do it. All right. Now we have piece 14 and a half inches wide. We'll fit in that hole. But we know already that it's 46 and 3/8 length that we need. But I'm going to measure that just to be sure. Six and 3/8 will work well for this. So, same thing here. Make a mark here. Now, he's coming 4x8 sheets, so they're four feet this way and 8 feet long. So that's 48 inches. So we know we only do 46 and 3/8 of that. And we can use the T-square as a straight edge. 46 and 3/8. Yeah. Okay. You can use that as a straight edge or a piece of 2x4, whatever you got handy. And you make your cut for length. So I just made a score mark across there. As you can see it, it's right there. It looks like a line. And just break that back like that, and do this with any size hole you have for using sheetrock. And I'll show you this way this time. On the back side, get your hand out of the way of that blade. It's sharp. So we're ready to put this in the hole and screw it in. I've got that screwed in here, got in place, and to make kind of a rookie mistake, I'll be honest with you. I assumed this hole here was square, and it wasn't. So the cut I made was a little wide at the bottom. I had to shave some off of there to about there. Right, that mark right there. I kind of made that mark there, and then I cut that back a little bit. So the next thing, I'll put some joint compound, get the tape on there first, and then joint compound that. Well, hello everyone. It's Home Repairs with Augie again here. Just finishing up taking out this ironing board cabinet that was in this wall, and I thought I was recording how to do that after I had the wall board up, and apparently it wasn't recording. So I can tell you what I used was this mesh. You put that stuff along the crack where you have the open around where the new sheetrock went in. Tape that in there. That's adhesive on it, and get that stuck on there. And then you go ahead and put a small layer of joint compound. I'll smear it on that smoothly. Let that dry. Come back with a wider trowel. These are the trowels I use. This is the wide one. The first application I used this. Joint compound is this stuff I got from, you get that at Menards or Home Depot or anything, all-purpose joint compound. And you sand it down, and this is a sander that I use just by hand for a small job like this. Smooth it out, feather it out, and it's ready to paint. As you can see here, it looks nice and smooth. You can kind of tell where it's at, which is okay. When you paint that, it'll be like new. So, hope you learned something on this one, and I did. Learn how to don't trust a hole in the wall to be square. So, if you liked it, subscribe, and I will try to catch you on the next video. I'll have a blessed day. Bye now.